too much, we often complicate our relationships with each other. And so often all those problems that we have in those relationships come to that lack of good communication in those relationships and lack of consideration of that other person in that relationship. Our habit tend to always look outwardly of us, those problems, try to seek those answers and problems on that other person instead of looking ourselves and our own problems and asking from ourselves what I can do better instead of what the other person can do better. So many relationship problems come because of our own egos. That ego that always whispers or shouts me, and not taking consideration of those others. When you are alone, it is only about you, and you can make your life working when you are only with yourself by thinking only of you. But in relationships, you have to take in consideration of that others also, and also try to put yourself in that other person's shoes, how he or she will see these things. Understanding that all of you have problems, you and others have something to always improve, and the problem is never only in one person. In relationships, all of you are in that problem in some way. So often we just overcomplicate things, and because of our egos also, when we just can't admit our own mistakes and problems and want to just seek something outside from us. It is easier to blame others than take responsibility on yourself of your actions and all that you are. It is quite simple after all. If you truly want to make the relationship work, oftentimes you just have to ask from that other person that what you want from me, what I can do better, how you see these problems. And then instead of immediately trying to resist those things that come up, you just process them and analyze them and then assess how you can do those things better. And then you give your own feedback the same way that other person gave to you. You gave to him or her. And tada! So it is. Then there is no secret things that are hidden, and all those persons are in the same page. And then it is about only the execution. But the communication have to be always in point, because it hurts me so much to see all these relationships just collapse because of so little things. Few little communication restraints, problems, blockages that can be so easily repaired, prevented, if we just put our egos a little bit away and willing to look our own problems, wrongdoings, what we can do better. Because we have to realize that, especially in relationships, those that are most close ones to you, those are always or many times reflections of you, how you are and what kind of point in your life you are. If you have certain kind of problems, those often reflect back to you via those other persons around you. And then it is just come to that situation that what will you do with it, that information. Are you going to resist? Let your ego take the control and block your self-growth, development, because you are not willing to admit that you are like everybody else, like we are all humans and we all have our own problems and mistakes we do. Nobody of us is perfect. So in that sense, if we, for example, look at romantic relationships, if you want to truly make them work, you have to learn to accept yourself and be willing to admit yourself, accept yourself completely, all your faults and goods and bads, and be willing to look at yourself in a mirror. If somebody is challenging you, blaming you, what is your immediate reaction? Are you immediately trying to put that blame back, attack on that other person, see him or her some kind of threat to you? Or are you willing to analyze that thing that is presented to you? Look that thing objectively. Is there any kind of truth? Take the responsibility of your own health. And only after that, when you are truly, without any kind of emotions, and objectively look at yourself and satisfied with your own health, only after that you should try to look at that other person and his or her faults. Try to bring them up. But truly, I really hope that you don't put your ego before you, the true you, and let your ego block everything that you truly desire and want in this life. is always place and time for your ego. There is benefits of it, but also the other side of it. And it is always about you learning to control of it. And especially in relationships, if you can't learn to control it, it is really hard to you to make your relationships work. Because you can understand that if there is all those persons in those relationships are just let their egos take the control, and everybody is only thinking of themselves and are not willing to take responsibility of their own actions, it will end up in constant blaming that will go worse and worse, more and more, and there will be no conclusion, no resolve on those problems that will happen. So truly start to focus on you more than others. Always try to form that better relationship with yourself. When you can truly learn to control your ego, you can learn to grow so much more. You can create so much better relationships. You are so much responsive, and when you are responsive more, you can gain understanding, knowledge, and then you can use that information to your benefit, to your growth. But I really thank you again listening me today, and always hope you all the best. And if you're interested about personal coaching in a certain kind of area, be willing to check the description box below. But thank you again, and take care.